Hello, my butterfly beauties, and welcome if you're new. My name is Charlene, and on this channel, we discuss BFL, beauty, fragrance, and lifestyle. So if you like my style, then why don't you subscribe and stay a while? In today's video, we are going over Bare Sueded Vanilla. Yes, we are. Bare Sueded Vanilla. I did a full day's wear test yesterday on this fragrance. And when I say full day, it was a long day. And so I'm ready to share my thoughts on the fragrance itself, on also the body cream, or the rich body cream in it, as well as other layering combinations I feel would go perfect with this scent. So if you want to hear what I got to say on this topic of Bare Sueded Vanilla from Victoria's Secret, then just stay tuned. All right, so first things first, what is this? This is one of their fragrances they released like a couple of months ago, Bare Sueded Vanilla. It is a flanker to their Bare perfume line. And what does it have? So let me pull up the notes again on it for you, because it does have saffron in it. So wild saffron, creamy sandalwood, and vanilla. It says this creamy, spicy fragrance has a secret ingredient, you. And I'll explain what that means in a minute. Bare Sueded Vanilla transforms on skin to create a signature that's uniquely yours. So with that being said, what I'm going to do, because if you guys saw my Victoria's Secret perfume haul, if you haven't, you can go check out the video. It's on my playlist for Victoria's Secret in pink. I said that I picked up several of the fragrances. I got it in the 1.7, which is the 50 ml size, along with their travel sizes. And I was going to be testing the travels to see whether I'm opening up the big boy. Which this isn't the biggest size. It has this size, which is the, what is this, 7 ml? 7 ml or 0.23 fluid ounce is what the Travels perfume sprays come in. And these are EDPs. Then this size, which is the 50 ml, 1.7 fluid ounce. This is regular priced at $59.95. And then you can spend an extra $20 at $79.95 and get the 3.4 ounce or 100 ml bottle. With that being said, you see how much I used. So I didn't just do 1 or 2 sprays. I sprayed my perfume as I normally would. I put it on my pulse points, wrist, around the elbow area, around my neck areas, behind my knees, right down my chest and on my belly. And that's what I did. But before I did that, I put on, after I took my shower, with just a regular cleanser, I put on the body cream first. So let's discuss this body cream first. So I've never tested out their body creams before. I've tried their, I bought their mist more recently. And it's a nice size jar. Like I said, this is a 7 ounce or 198.4 grams. Let me show you closer so you can see, for those who don't know. This is their body cream. Now, this body cream had the same exact notes as the EDP, the perfume. And this says that it's an ultra conditioning, softening body cream with coconut oil that delivers 24-hour moisture, leaving skin feeling nourished. So that's what they say about this. Let me show you what it looks like on the inside. They do have a little thing here. And that's what it looked like. Now, you can smell it right away. It's not heavily fragranced, but the fragrance is there. And what I could tell you about this fragrance is one of those type lotions. Now, you know how it's, when it says ultra rich, you think it, and you see it in this jar, you thinking more so like the creams that you get in the tubs. That's more thicker. Like you can actually feel the thickness of the cream on you as it soaks in. This is one of those type creams that does not soak in immediately. Like when you go to put it on and you're putting it on your skin, let me show you real quick. Let me just get a little bit right here. You see how it spreads around? It spreads around a lot, and then it leaves like it's not doing a good job of showing that on here. But when you're trying to put it across your whole body, it just leaves a bunch of that white marking, like it's not really settling into your skin. If you know what I mean, drop it down below. I know someone knows what I'm talking about. But you put it on and it doesn't look like it's soaking in. It just you just see the white mark where you put the cream. But within like a minute or two, it dries right in. It sinks right into your skin. You can tell the fragrance is there. Like right now when I'm rubbing across here, it is nice and smooth. So I do like the body cream. Like I said, it's not heavily fragrance. It's lightly fragrance. So don't expect to get that and think it's gonna be a heavily fragrance. It's not. It's lightly fragrance. But yeah, this is considered a vanilla woody type cream. So don't have the heaviness of the saffron in it. Just very light. What I pick up mostly on here is more of the creaminess of the sandalwood and a light vanilla milk scent. It says it has vanilla milk. So that is what I'm getting from the cream. So the body cream itself, to me, I like the cream, but it's not like necessary. Like I can find other creams that I feel like will do the same job just as good, but I do like it. So that being said, that is the Bare Sueded Vanilla Body Cream. I could take it or leave it. I do like it, but I could take it or leave it. I don't, it's not one of my favorites as far as the type of consistency it does when you're applying it and for it to soak in your skin. Like, I want my stuff to soak in right away and not feel too heavy, but I don't want it to feel too light. I want it to feel like it actually is moisturizing my skin. But with that being said, like I said, it is nice and smooth. Like right now when I'm rubbing it, it has a nice softness to it, which I did appreciate that when I wore it yesterday. So it was beautiful. So let me tell you about how long did I have this stuff on from. I applied this probably around 7 a.m., 6:37 in there. I didn't get home until late that evening, so I had it all day. So that was the body cream. So now let's move on to the actual fragrance. Like I said, I wore the fragrance. I told you where I put it, and this is how much I used of it, just in one wear. Okay, so I could tell you right now, this is only 2 or 3 wears for me, a 7 mil. That's what this is. Based on where I told you I would normally apply the fragrance. Initial impressions when I sprayed the fragrance on was, I was like, oh, this is nice. And I was like, let's see what it does. Now this, when it says that it adapts to your chemistry, let me tell you about that, because I was looking that up because I did not realize it says Bare has they say a blend of proprietary musks to mix with your body chemistry for a unique lasting signature. So apparently this proprietary blend that they have is kind of like their special blend that they put in all their Bare fragrances. That's supposed to, you know, like Juliet has a Juliet has a gun perfumes, the Glossier perfumes, those signature scent, you know, the skin scent type scents, how they supposed to adapt to your signature, you know, your body chemistry. This is their version of that. Kind of like Kayali also have their little special juice they put in all their fragrances, their vanillas. So this is Bare's version of this, adapting to your skin. So they're different, they're musk that adapts to your skin. Now, it doesn't list musk as one of the notes, but it is definitely there. But it's not a musk if you're not a musk lover that you wouldn't love, because I'm not big on musk. It has to be done right, and I enjoy this very much. So let me tell you more about this fragrance. Again, a vanilla woody scent. that has wild saffron, creamy sandalwood, and vanilla milk. So let me tell you about the wild saffron for just a minute, because some people get confused about wild when they hear saffron. They're like, what is that? Is that spicy? Is that? But what it has an earthiness about it. It has a sweetness about it. Some of them can have spiciness about them, but the sweetness in it can remind you a little bit of honey. And what saffron does to a fragrance is it takes you on a journey. Saffron doesn't just stay the same note. As it dries down, it changes a perfume, and normally it changes it for the better. And I am so happy they put saffron in this fragrance, because this took your basic vanilla, creamy vanilla, woodsy creamy vanilla, and gave it another nice little edge to it. So let me keep going on with that. Let me tell you a little bit more, because I took some notes. It also can have some floral elements to it. Saffron it can remind you of a floral. And I know this isn't a floral, but it can remind you of it just slightly, like jasmine or something like that. Oh, it gives it a nice sweetness along with the vanilla. So then you go from the saffron that gives you that earthiness, that has that character, that gets a little sweeter, adds a little earthiness, gives a slight little floralness, but not much more, like honey type thing as it dries. And then it has this, what they call the creamy sandalwood in it. Now, sandalwood has a woodiness about it, but it's like a creamy wood. And it also can be musky, or like a sweet musky type scent. But not something, not like I said, creamy sandalwood. So not the wood that's dry, not the wood that leans more masculine. This is more of a nice, sweet, smooth, cashmere like woodsy type scent to it. Yeah, with a slight milkiness about it. So that's why then the vanilla milk plays into this. They like put the perfect notes together, because all of them blends very well together. So I took notes about the vanilla milk too. Warmth. It's like a warm, sweet milk. Creamy. Kind of think of ice cream. When you think of but not the iciness part of it, just the creamy vanilla part of it. Like that vanilla bean ice cream. Gives it a little more warmth. And it's something also that as it sits on your body, that it is going to get better and better and better. So the combination of all of these together will help it to really come alive on your skin. So whereas this is not a beast mode fragrance, I would not call this a beast mode fragrance. It is not a beast mode fragrance. It does project for a few hours. Now, I did smell, like when I walked outside and the wind was blowing, I smelled it. The aroma it was giving off was gorgeous. Whenever I was riding in the car or whatever, I could smell it. Like projecting when I was sitting in other place, I could smell it projected for several hours. But it was like more so in my bubble. And when I say this was complimentary, this is complimentary. I got so many compliments on this fragrance. I stopped counting. Oh, you smell so good. What are you wearing? Now, that's the best compliment, when somebody asks you what you're wearing. Because some people like, oh, you smell so good. They'll tell you smell good, which I love that too. Because I love to wear fragrances for myself. Like, I like to smell my fragrances. But it is always nice as well if someone tells you how much they enjoy your fragrance as well. But this one here, I had a couple of people ask me, what is it that you are wearing? So that says a lot. And so let me go back to the body chemistry thing, because this adapts to your body chemistry, it is going to smell slightly different on everyone. So if you love the scents I just mentioned, saffron scent, not the wild spicy saffron, we're talking about the smooth sweet saffron. Then you love sandalwood, creamy sandalwood, like it says. That is that creamy, milky, woody type scent. And then you like vanilla milk, which I think everybody want to smell like some ice cream. So I think that if you love those scents, you will absolutely love this fragrance. And I told you that if I love the fragrance, that I'm going to keep this. So it's going to be opened up and taken out this box now, because this is so staying. I don't even got to think twice about this. This right here, it is staying. I'm telling you, it is staying. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. And look at this bottle. Look how cute. I love this creamy detail. This is so appropriate for this. It is so appropriate for the type of the fragrance that is given. Yeah, the frosted glass is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. And the name Sueded Vanilla is so appropriate. We're not talking about leathery. Here, we're talking about smooth. We're talking about smooth. And that is what this is definitely giving. It's giving you a smooth vanilla woody scent. So if you love a woodsy vanilla, you're going to absolutely love this. So let me go into what this reminds me of and how I would layer this. Let's go to some of the perfumes, a couple of perfumes that I pulled, and then I'm going to go into some of the body mist that I really think will be appropriate. All right, so perfume wise, if you love the Philosophy Fresh Cream, if you love this, because this has that warm, like it says, woodsy type vanilla scent also. That's also musky type scent that has a powderiness about it as well. The only difference in this fragrance and this fragrance to me is that this have that slight coconut element in it. But the note in here, in Bare Sueded Vanilla, one of the notes in there can smell coconut-like. So with that being said, you definitely, if you have warm cream, fresh cream warm cashmere, if you have this, then you should love this. And they both should actually layer pretty good. It kind of reminds me of each other a little bit. Because like I said, this one has vanilla, cashmere wood, musk, sandalwood, coconut. So very similar, other than this one has the saffron in it. This one has the coconut in it, and it actually lists musk, and this one doesn't list musk. But in their proprietary blend, Bare says that it has musk in it. So they're very, very similar to me. Very similar. So if you like the one, you should love the other one. This one just is giving me more of the cream side of it. And this one is giving you more of a character with the saffron in it. So the other thing that I feel like if you have, it will layer well together, because I think those will layer beautifully together. But this Vanilla Skin, I have it in the perfume or the body mist, either one. So either one, I think, is reminding me of this, because this is also, let me remind you of what's in Vanilla Skin. So Vanilla Skin has the pink pepper, pink apple, sugar crystals, lily, jasmine petals, cashmere woods, vanilla, sandalwood, and argentwood. So similar notes, other than the vanilla skin, also has a little bit of the fruitiness about it, and it also has the florals. But like I mentioned earlier, the sandalwood and things in there can make you, saffron and things in there can give you a floral vibe too. They just emphasized it in the vanilla skin scent. So it reminds me of it, but it also will layer well with it. The other one that I have here is Nebras from Lattafa. Now, Nebras from Lattafa is just the Billie Eilish fragrance dupe. So if you have Billie Eilish, then you would enjoy that one. I think they it's that nice addictive vanilla scent that has a slight woodiness about it. These two will layer very well together, and it reminds me a little bit of it. So let's get into how would I layer this. Let's get into layer combinations. Now, bases. There's so many bases you can go with this, but I just pulled several. So of course you can use the body cream if you choose to get this. The body cream, they got it in the body mist. What else did I body cream, body mist, fragrance lotion. All you could get it in there for the $25 unless they have a sale. So those are $25. And then the actual travel spray, like I was telling you earlier, is the $19.95. This size here was the $59.95 unless you get it on sale. And if you get the big boy, it was the $79.95. Now, bases, besides this one, the one that actually was made to go along with this, I would use Milk from Bath and Body Works. This is the one that has that oatmeal and milk scent in here for their fragrance note. It says notes of sugared oats and whipped milk. So if you are wanting to emphasize the creamy vanilla milk scent that's in there, put on this as the base. Layer it with the Milk body mist from Bath and Body Works. If you want to emphasize the creaminess, I already told you that you can actually layer it with the fresh cream warm cashmere. So emphasize more of the vanilla milky type notes that's in there. Go with this. Now, if you're wanting to emphasize the honeyness that the saffron and the sandalwood can give off, use this Cocoa Shea fragrance from Bath and Body Works that has the honey note in it. Or if you don't want to go that route and you want to stick to the oils, use the honey, rich honey glazed skin body oil from Pink. Or if you want to emphasize the vanilla, use the body oil. This is the comforting body oil from Pink. So either one of these, a honey or vanilla body oil, will layer very well with that. And if you're wanting to highlight more of the vanilla and the woodiness about this fragrance, use your Vanilla Romance, because it has that addictive vanilla in it. It says the captivating woods. It just adds the kick of the cardamom in this. But yes, use this as your base if you want to highlight more of the vanilla woodiness about it. The other one that I pulled is the Warm Vanilla Sugar Body Butter. Now, this one is the one that also highlights the vanilla, but it highlights the sandalwood element. So if you want to emphasize more of the vanilla with the woods of the sandalwood, get this one. Use this one, because it has the elements of it says white orchid in here and fresh jasmine. And remember, I was telling you one of the notes can smell like it has the floral note similar to jasmine in it. So that will really go well with that. So now, what about some mists? I pulled several mists to share with you. The obvious one, of course, is the Bare Vanilla scent, of course, that has the whipped vanilla and the soft cashmere. That's a given. It's just like it says, it's that nice vanilla with the woods. So if you want to just layer on something that's already similar, go with that route. If you want to emphasize the vanilla ice cream, the vanilla milk that's in there, pink summer faves, the vanilla sundae. Yeah, this one would give it a nice playful, going more in that gourmand type ice cream side of things. If you're wanting to highlight more of the vanilla in here, the vanilla skin, like we already mentioned, or it's perfume. I already went over that, so let me keep moving. I already mentioned the milk, actual body mist. So I'm going to keep going from there. The other one from Bath & Body Works, Viva Vanilla. Yes, this one is giving you that vanilla, but it gives you the warmth of the amber in here as well. So it will add that element, and then it would just give it a fruity touch with the plum. Yep. So that's what Viva Vanilla would give you if you was to add that to it. And then the other thing, if you was to add to this from that same line, the luxury line from Bath & Body Works, with Sea and Rouge. Sea and Rouge has the saffron note in it, but it is a more vibrant saffron. This right here says wild saffron in it, but it's not as saffron heavy as this is. So if you want to emphasize the saffron note in Bare Sueded Vanilla, definitely layer it with Sea and Rouge. And it adds, like it says, amber moss, so it's giving that extra layer of warmth to it. But then it has some fruitiness from that black currant buds. Another one from Bath & Body Works, and then I have 3 other ones from the Victoria's Secret line, is this Vanilla Suede. Now, this one has the Cozy Vanilla, Brushed Suede, and Crisp Linen. So this is for the clean girlies. If you're wanting to make this smell more clean girl, then put these two together. The Vanilla Suede with this will go great together if you're looking for more of a clean type scent. But it has the vanilla in it. It has suede in it. But then it has the crisp linen in it, which takes it to that clean route. So that is another one. And then the other one I thought would go really good with this is Vanilla Rebel. Vanilla Rebel was one of the ones they released in the fall recently. So the Vanilla Rebel from Victoria's Secret along with the Bare Sueded Vanilla will definitely go good together. This has vanilla silk, it says, and amber haze. But in the back it says vanilla silk, creamy sandalwood. So the same note of creamy sandalwood, misty orchid, candy coated violet, amber haze, and central musk. Yeah, this is like they're like go perfect together. These two right here would go perfect together. And if you want to go to one of the more recent ones, the Bow Collection, the Frosted Vanilla Fantasy. This right here also got the vanilla with the amber. They give it some woodiness, a warmth to it. But it has slight florals, like I said, milky petals. I think this will layer very well with Bare Sueded Vanilla as well. And then the next one I have here is Cozy Vanilla Cashmere. Now this is the one that said it had the whipped vanilla, autumn musk, and hazelnut blossom. So again, similar notes. But it gives it more of the element with the hazelnut. So it gives it more of a direction of the nutty vibes to it. A nice, warm, sweet nuttiness, nothing too crazy. So that is the different fragrance body mist and butters and lotions and all that I feel like will pair very well. And I'm sure I'm forgetting some things in my collection. The Vanilla Romance Actual Body Mist, the Warm Vanilla Sugar Actual Body Mist, the Honey Body Mist. I pulled the Milk Body Mist, but I'm sure there's other things in my collection that this will go very well with it. But my overall thoughts on this fragrance is, it is gorgeous. I loved it. I love the longevity of it. I love the compliments it gave me. When I run low on this, because I'm going to keep this now so I can travel with it, because that's what I did. I traveled with it. But you better believe when this runs low, I will be picking this up. Now, I heard somewhere where it was comparing it to, I think when I was looking at, when you look at the fragrance, it tells you other things it can be compared to. It's Ariana Grande, the purple looking perfume. I haven't tried that perfume, put my nose on it to see, but some people said it was similar to that fragrance. So I would need to put my nose on it to actually see what I think. As far as, and then I heard someone else talking about Rare Beauty, the new Rare Beauty fragrance that they just released. I don't know, but what I can say is this one is gorgeous. And I love the aesthetic of it. I love the bottle, the way it looks. I think it's very sophisticated. It is, like I said, it really is beautiful. It's sophisticated looking. I think it will look great on your dresser. So my overall thoughts on this is a 10 out of 10. And I will definitely repurchase this when it runs out. I love it that much. It was so good. And it wasn't beast mode, but I smelled it all day. And that's all I want. If you're going to give me good longevity and you smell good, and the added plus is that you give me compliments, I'm going to love it. So this was a hit for me. I have the other Bare Magnolia, Bare Rose, and the other travel sprays I still need to test out. But I told you guys that I would do dedicated videos for each of these as I test them out. And so far, so good. I love what I had on yesterday. I enjoyed it very much. And it will go with so many things. So super glad I got that one. And that is in my collection. So Bare Sueded Vanilla for the win. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tell me what you think below. If you got this perfume in your collection or the body mist, because now I'm thinking about getting the mist, because I didn't pick up the mist. I just picked up the cream and the perfume. Now I'm thinking about getting the mist. But it layers so well with other mists. I don't know if it's a necessary right now, but it is, you know, possibly on my list based on how good the actual perfume is itself. But I want to hear your thoughts below. Do you have Bare Sueded Vanilla? Have you tried the Rare Beauty one or the Ariana Grande one? Are they similar? That's everything I have for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.